Hi everyone, and welcome back to Spin and Prog. You're probably all straight off the bat wondering, where's Dermot? Dermot is in Ireland, in our house, and I am across the Atlantic Ocean in Canada. And if you engage with the vinyl community at all, especially the Prog corner, you definitely recognise this little setup behind me here, where I'm sitting, from Cody Brockway's channel, Brockway's Vinyl Bites. So here he comes.
Woo! What's up, yo? Woo!
So, you're probably wondering, how did this happen?
You're probably also wondering why I just kissed her, so there's that.
Yeah, so we're a thing now. We're together. We first started talking in March. We had met before that on one of the Sunday Prog streams. And I mean, I straight off the bat was like, oh my god, a guy my age that listens to prog and just really loves music. And I was like, this might have some potential, even though he's halfway across the world.
No, not anymore.
So yeah, one thing led to another. We started chatting every day, and here we are.
Here we are, folks!
Yeah, so that's a little backstory anyway on why we're together. I will be back in Ireland, so don't worry, Dermot will be back. I know you're all probably missing him big time. You get to listen to me actually talk for once though, so you know, like, maybe it's a good thing. Love you, Dad. Anyway, so what I want to do today is show you a haul I got. So Cody owns a record shop here in Caledonia.
Yes, Second Chance Records, Caledonia, Ontario, Canada. Absolutely. 20 Argyle Street North.
Yeah, so check it out. Yeah, so I was looking forward to coming over here because it's really hard to get a lot of albums back home. And I visited London and stuff, and I found some good stuff. But when I went into his shop and had a look through, I was just like, yeah. So yeah, I have a big haul and I'm going to show you what I got. So, starting off, could you get any more Canadian?
Yeah.
I couldn't find this anywhere at home. And when I would find it, usually on Discogs online, it was like €100 plus.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I could not get a copy for the life of me, so I knew when I came over here I'd get a copy, like, because you were telling me that it's really easy to come buy Rush albums here.
And here's an odd thing about this, is that this pressing is actually on the Mercury label. Usually it's on Anthem, but this is the Mercury edition, but still printed in Canada.
Yay!
Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, 2112 I got into when I was very, very young. I was still a child, and I mean, like, I thought they were Jedis on the back of the album, like. He's showing off their bulge. Sorry about that, everyone. Yeah, so I was delighted to get that one. And John Barleycorn Must Die by Traffic. Absolutely great album. I was so excited when I saw this because it's again, I've never seen a copy of it before. Like, I've seen it on CD, but on vinyl, no. So I had to grab this.
Yeah.
So this one is for my dad. He loves Little Feat, and he is always going on about this one. I must get that one with the duck on the front of it, blah blah blah. So when I spotted it, I was like, oh yeah, grab that for him. This one was gifted to me by this lovely boy here.
Your boyfriend.
Yeah. So I was sitting down with him and his dad. Shout out to Pops. And he was like, have you ever listened to Tesseract? And I was like, I don't think so, no. And he was like, okay. So he hands me like this big, where's your copy of it? Just pull it out.
Right over here.
This big book. Now, you know me, I love like interactive vinyl experiences. And I spot this big massive book with like art and a story in it. And I'm going, oh, okay, this is cool. And his dad tells me that they're making like a video game based off it. And I was like, oh, that sounds like it's right up my alley. So Cody puts on the album, and I'm reading through this, and I'm just going, oh, oh my god, like this is...
She looks over at me and she goes, that's exactly the face that I saw.
Yeah.
Surround sound too.
It was unreal. Yeah, I love when modern bands like will actually go to the trouble of creating something so interactive and physical like that. And I mean that's half the battle for me anyway. And the music was incredible. Now look, it's prog metal, it's pretty heavy, but I like that. So Cody's like, oh, I have a gift for you, and he gave me the album, and I'm absolutely delighted. So thank you.
I'm delighted to know you.
I don't blame you.
When you don't want to kill me. That's
oh, vanilla fudge.
Ooh.
I love a bit of vanilla fudge, especially when I'm with my friends. They always hand me like the phone or the aux or whatever, and they're like, Tara, you're the DJ, like you're just the music person. And this is a very neutral band, but still really good. And it's just a go-to for me, kinda. So I was delighted to spot this, because again, I have never seen it in person before. I've seen it on Discogs, and I've thought about buying it online, but I don't need to now. So yay!
Right on. I would say shop local, but you know, two sides of the Atlantic here.
They're few and far between in Ireland as well. So, Happy the Jack by The Who. Happy Jack. Yeah, I mean, A Quick 1 Mile He's Away is like one of my favourite things, especially when they performed it on the Rolling Stones Rock and Roll Circus. Absolutely incredible. And yeah, this is kind of like a completionist thing for me to have in the collection. So I was excited when I spotted this.
Oh, this is a fantastic album. You got Boris the Spider.
Yeah.
Obviously, A Quick 1 Mile He's Away is fantastic. So.
Yeah. Now this one, I've never spotted this before, and I have been listening to Mountain since I can remember.
Because she's the Mississippi Queen from
Yeah,
Ireland.
I heard Mississippi Queen when I was about 12 or 13, and I was like, yeah, this is good. And I started to look into them a lot more later in life, and I heard that they did like this really weird album called Nantucket Sleigh Ride. And I was like, oh, nice. But again, never spotted it anywhere. It was always every other album. That's what happens to me. Every other album.
Yeah.
Except the one I'm looking for pops up. Like. So, pulled this out. Like, his shop is brilliant.
Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant. Like.
We try.
And he is responsible for this one. So, back at home, you hear Bohemian Rhapsody all the time, constantly, and like Under Pressure, Another One Bites the Dust, I Want to Break Free and everything. And because of that, Queen weren't really on my radar, because I was like, oh, I'm always hearing Queen, like Jesus. And you know, I start to hear that they have like these proggy albums and like big compositions and stuff, and I was like, oh right, okay, so he's telling me you need to get into Queen.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I don't know, you can just show me when I come over to you. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Mother
Did
Mary and
he
Joseph.
ever show me, like, oh my god, fuming at myself for never like checking them out deeper. So he shows me, what was it, like a
Night of the
surround
Opera.
sound version.
So I have the 2005 CD DVD combo that Hollywood Records had put out for Queen's Night at the Opera. That would have been the 30th anniversary edition that came out way back then, and they included the 5.1 surround mix of the album on the DVD, and I played that for her last night or 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And it was
Jesus wept. I was sitting on the couch and I thought I wouldn't be able to get back up. I swear to God, like. And then he played me this one last night. For Christ's sake, what is wrong with me? I was oh yeah, Queen, no big deal. Unreal.
Hits or not, they're brilliant.
So yeah, while I was picking stuff out, he pulled this out and he was like, "You have to have this. I mean, you have to." So, yay.
And you hadn't heard it yet.
Yeah, I hadn't heard it, and I was going, sake, like, but no, I'm delighted I have it now.
The last thing I'm ever going to do is point you into a bad musical direction.
Anyway.
Now.
Apostrophe, I couldn't find anywhere. I have Shake Your Booty, I have Joe's Garage, and I wanted apostrophe. And I couldn't find it, like, it's so annoying. And I was going to buy it on Discogs, but again, crazy money. So, pulled this out at his shop. I was like, yes, finally.
Hot tip, don't eat that yellow snow.
Oh, this was a really cool one to come across. Family. This is such a cool cover. I love it.
Cool cover for a cool girl.
How does it open? Yeah. There we go. So it's like a television. One of them old ones. Ooh, so cool. And I love Family. Like, they don't get enough recognition at all. Roger Chapman was like one of the best frontmen ever. And yeah, I got to talk about him on my Prog radio show one day because I was doing like a special on frontmen and I threw in a bit of Family, like, and it was actually great to hear the amount of people that were like, oh yeah, Family, I love Family and I wish more people would get into them. So nice one. This one, I kind of got this from my dad as well. I would love to keep it, but I know how much he's wanted this album.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fantastic. Great album. Again, never came across it anywhere else, and when I spotted it, I was like, oh, I want one, but I love my dad so much, I'm going to give it to him.
There could be a chance that there might be an extra one of this.
Well, we'll have to check that out, won't we?
We will.
Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. You come by it a lot at home, and you are looking at like about 60 to 80 euro for a copy of it, which is ridiculous. So I'm delighted. Finally a copy of this. Like, I love this album. Yeah, it's been in my life since I can remember, to be honest. Absolutely.
Have you looked at the artwork inside of it?
No.
Let's open it up and show the people.
Whenever I see it at home and I see this price, I'm just like, ugh. I'm not touching that. Oh, wow. So, Jesus. Oh, it's like a proper little storybook. I love that.
It's got the lyrics to every song. It's awesome.
Yay.
One of my faves.
That's a cool one to have now. The lyric. Oh, now I have a little story for this one. So, I was at a record fair with my dad one day and I was flicking through one of the stalls and I spotted this and I was like, oh, brilliant. I've been looking to get that on vinyl because it's a great album. And Dad just came up behind me and go, oh yeah, I'll have that. And grabbed it out from under me. I swear to God.
This is why we love Dermot.
He's so cheeky, like. But now I've finally got my own copy, so I'll leave him off. I won't bring it up again, Dad, because I know he's always going, you're never going to stop bringing that up, are you?
Well, no.
Absolutely not. So, Pierre Morland's Gong. Very like jazz fusion kind of music. Before he kind of stepped in, it was Dave Allen and Jelly Smith, and it was really kind of psychedelic, weird music. Then Pierre comes in and just changes it up totally, like, it reminds me of the Mahavishnu Orchestra, to be honest with you. Like, Gazeus is an incredible album, and so I spotted an Espresso and I thought, yeah, do you know what, I'm going to grab that.
And I think I would probably like this. And I got a story to jump in and to tell the people. So we're sitting here the other night with my dad, like she was saying about the Tesseract album and all that. But before that, I did something that I don't always do with company. But of course, this is Tara. Her taste in music is absolutely brilliant. And so I said, "What do you want to hear?" And she goes, "I'd like to hear Birds of Fire by the Mahavishnu Orchestra." I was like, we would happen to love to hear that too. So, you know what? Good on her for having amazing taste in music. And continue, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
We need to listen to this. I need to hear what this is all about.
Yeah, for sure. This is another one that when you come across it at home, you're looking at crazy money. But it's in all the shops. It's just crazy expensive, like ridiculous. But I've been listening to this album for a long, long time. And what is it? Let It Roll always reminded me of my granddad, because his name is Frankie. And I never met Frankie, so yeah, Cody has to show off one of his many box sets. Surprise, surprise.
50th anniversary deal. The original is super cool because it's it's a piece of history, right? Yeah. It's from 1970, like originally when it first came out. This is the first press.
That's one of those essential albums. And it was getting me down that I didn't have it. So when I spotted it, I was like, oh, finally, it's not going to break the bank, and I'll have it.
And she got it on a good deal too, especially being the girlfriend of the owner is a definite it's a definite help, isn't it?
Yes. Oh my god, when I pulled this out, I looked at him and I was like,
yeah, with the
yeah. You all know I love Alex Harvey and the Sensational Alex Harvey Band, but after the Sensational Alex Harvey Band, he formed the new band. And The Mafia Stole My Guitar is just so good, like brilliant tune. And like the album isn't on what I'd use for streaming YouTube music, it's not on it, like so when I spotted the vinyl, I was like, oh my god, that is just like so rare to come across. I've never ever seen it before. And again, I love the song, the actual song. I haven't listened to the full album yet, so I'm so excited.
Well, I
can't wait for
We're gonna be changing that for sure.
Yay. Oh, now everyone knows I've been after a copy of this for years. I've held it up in videos before, and I had to borrow it from Dad's friend Prender for the videos. It was very difficult for me to give it back to him, but
this chef has given out all the secrets in this kitchen.
Yeah, shout out to Prender. He's let me borrow a few albums now for videos. But I finally have my own copy, and this is like one of my all-time favourite albums ever. Like, let alone by Hawkwind, but just of all time, because it's just incredible. Concept album based off of a science fiction book. Love that.
Does she have brilliant taste or what? Awesome.
Oh, I forgot I got this actually. The Sensual World by Kate Bush. Absolutely beautiful album. Famously has This Woman's Work on it, which is a very emotional song and always brings me to tears.
Didn't you just play that on your radio show?
I did, yes.
You can hear Tara every Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern at progradio.com.
Yeah, 5 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, just a wonderful album. Rocket's Tale is one of my favourite songs by her. Really powerful, like, belter of a tune. And again, never came across this one before, so nice. Oh, you threw this one into my pile. And this one. Yeah, he was like hovering over me the whole time, like, oh, look at this, you need this, you need that. And I was like, oh. Anyway.
Oh, come on. We met because we have pretty much the same taste. Don't be giving us none of that.
Yeah, I did want some Ozzy anyway, so this was a cool one. His albums are very expensive at home as well, and it's rare to come across them second hand. They're usually brand new, so you can imagine how much they cost. So yeah, this was a cool little one, even though you threw it into my pile, but anyway. And he's had me tormented since I came over with Phil Collins. Like, you have to get into Phil Collins, you have to get into Phil Collins. Now, fair enough. I did like a few of his tunes anyway, but I'd never listened to any of the albums in full. So Cody has been educating me. I will say he is an absolutely incredible musician, like, and he can write music beautifully, and he's actually a really good lyricist, which I will absolutely give him credit for. So I finally have some Phil in my collection. Sorry, Dad.
You're welcome, Dermot.
And this one, oh my god, I've been trying to find this for years. School's out, but the actual like little school desk album here, you're able to open it out properly, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know, Tara. I don't know. Might be above my comprehensible ability, but let's see. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that is so cool.
And this actually opens up like
a little school desk. Like that's, I love stuff like that. So delighted. I have seen that before, but it's just like a generic cover. Like it's not the one that actually opens out. So. And
this is also on the original green label from the Warner Brothers records from 1972.
Ooh.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it opens up like a desk, like so it opens up like
that's
this.
Brilliant. Like, yeah, I love having little weird albums like that in the collection. And Van Halen.
I did toss that in there.
You did, yeah. I don't have any Sammy Hagar Van Halen in my collection. So Cody was like, yeah, you need to have this one. Which is fine.
Have I steered you wrong yet?
No, to be fair now, he hasn't. I do trust him, so that's fine.
Well, yeah, we are officially boyfriend and girlfriend, so there should be a level of trust.
And he pulls this out of his shelf yesterday, and you know, I don't have any Grateful Dead. There wouldn't really be like big where I'm from, so it never crossed my radar. Like, and he pulls this out of his shelf and goes, "Here, you can have this." I was just looking at him like, what? This big like box set, yoke. Unreal. So I'm looking forward to diving into that. And
so this is a show from. This is a full show from Richmond from May of 1977, so they were still doing a Terrapin Station, like, well, not that they ever did the really album tour cycle, but, you know, they were always touring no matter what. They had an album out or not. They were literally always on the road. Road pigs is what you would call them, right? And this is a full show at the mosque in Richmond, and it's awesome. You got the Scarlet Begonias going into Fire on the Mountain. Estimated Prophet, He's Gone. The Grateful Dead fans know that this is a very good selection of tunes from a great live year for them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, he's been very good to me. It's mad. But yeah. And then today we went out to a different shop. What was it called again?
Second Chance Records. Let's show the people what you got.
Brian Auger. Oh my god. I'm always going on about Hammond organs.
Yeah.
Like all the time. Brian Auger is one of those like legendary Hammond organ players. And I spotted this and I was like, oh, what? Unreal. So yeah, Oblivion Express by Brian Auger. And a classic Surrealistic Pillow by Jefferson Airplane. You all know that Dad lost his CD of this when he moved house. So I spotted this and I was like, I'll give this to him.
But the real question is, don't you need somebody to love? Grace Slick asks, not me.
I know.
I think
Grace.
maybe you've got the answer now.
Wouldn't you love somebody to love? Yes, I would, actually. And now I have someone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, a nice final copy of Surrealistic Pillow for Dad, but I will be robbing it off him to listen to it quite often because it's a great album. And that is my massive haul, which I'm going to have to ship back to Ireland because there is no way I can bring all that on a plane with me or they will arrest me.
They're going to be like, we want to keep your Jefferson Airplane
no,
Starship
like,
albums.
You're going back dealing albums, are you? You know? No way. So yeah.
Like the security when
yeah,
you come.
oh, when I arrived here, I was interrogated. Like, I was terrified. Do you know, like, guns and all that stuff are illegal in Ireland. You wouldn't see them ever. I'd never seen a gun in real life before. And this guy in the airport with a big gun on his waist, like, stares into my soul, and he's looking at my passport, and he's like, "Why are you in Canada?" I was like, "To visit a friend." And he was like, "And how long are you here for?" And I was like, 3 weeks. My brain was just going blank. Then I'm sent over to this other, like, guy that starts interrogating me, asked me every question you could imagine. I was just couldn't deal with that. I was sweating buckets.
Buddy at the interrogation center even looked up her YouTube channel, so
Yeah,
he might be watching this.
Yeah, well, what's the crack? Thanks for scaring me. Anyway, yeah, I'll wrap it up here. That was my big haul. Thank you to Cody for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe. And again, don't worry, Dermot will be back. You know, I'll be home, like I said, in 3 weeks, and we will have more stuff up for you. So I will talk to you later.
Peace out!